Well, it's a beautiful April day. We're in Roberts County, Texas, and kind of on the north breaks of the Canadian River. I'm here with John Erickson on his ranch. A lot of people around here know John, but you can go from the bottom of Texas all the way to Montana and to California, and all the kids, ranch kids we know Hank the cow dog. And you were the creator of Hank, and he's given us hours and hours of pleasure. We've got kids from 10, we got a 10-year-old here, all the way up to 39, and they've gone to sleep listening to Hank the cow dog and gone on trips reading. But John, we met in Perryton at the hotel this morning, and the first thing you did was apologize for your appearance. And John's a rancher, a cowman, a cowboy, but you left in March with the only clothes you're wearing, the only clothes you had on your back.
Yep, so my cowboy friends would say that I'm dressed like a beet farmer. But I lost probably 15 pairs of boots and all my vests, shirts, jeans, and hats, and we got out with the clothes on our back and a few other things that we could carry.
Where do you think we're standing, John?
Well, this is about the utility room. We had a deep freeze full of grass-fed beef right over here, and a pantry that was well stocked with food, because sometimes in the winter we can't get to town. So and things that Chris had made, salsa and wild plum jelly from plums here on the ranch. Then right there, that was our bedroom on the east side of the house. So a lot of memories here.
Yeah. Can you take us back to that day? Was it March the 6th?
March 6th, yeah.
Yes, sir.
It was a Monday, and the wind was blowing early. We knew that there was a fire danger. In March, anytime the wind blows 40, 50 miles an hour, this country is in real danger. It takes very little to start a fire, and once it gets started, it's almost unstoppable. I had fed cattle in the morning and came back and had a little lunch and read a while and took a nap, and I got a call from a pumper, and he said, "There's a fire on Wilson's ranch. You need to locate it." So I stepped out the back door right over here, and I could see it over the caprock. I couldn't see the flames, but I could see the smoke, and it had just started probably 5 to 7 minutes before I stepped out and saw it. And I drove back up on top to get a better look, and I knew that was going to be a really bad fire. So I came back and told Chris we need to get out of the canyon. So we grabbed our computers and her mandolin, and she got an overnight bag, and we both got coats, because in this country you never know when it's going to be snowing, and we drove up on top on our way to Perryton, and there we encountered that fire. It had covered 7 or 8 miles in about 20 minutes, and it was a boomer. That fire came on us about 6 o'clock in the evening. The wind changed from southwest to northwest, and it came down in these canyons, and these canyons were loaded with fuel.
Yeah.
And if we'd been here to fight the fire, we'd been dead.
Yeah. We've been run out of our house twice by fire, and it only caught on fire one time, but I cannot imagine coming back to this.
One of the things I noticed about the kind of grief that you experience is that it just left me tired. Of course, I was feeding cattle
Yeah.
and unloading truckloads of hay and getting home late at night. And I was physically tired, but it was also emotionally draining. And when somebody asks, what are you gonna do? You're gonna build back? We really didn't know what the answer to that was. But there was a massive outpouring of love and sympathy from people, not just all over Texas, but all over the United States. And they were sending semi-loads of hay into this stricken area. That's the way it went for weeks, and I was turning hay away. I could have had this canyon full of round bales if I hadn't told them to go somewhere else. And I got so much support from Hank fans all over Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, California, Arizona. School kids who had heard about this fire, and they wrote little notes and talked about how sad they were that we'd lost. I couldn't read all those letters. There's just boxes of them. But I did happen to open one letter, and it was from a kid somewhere down in South Texas, and he enclosed a gift card from Dairy Queen for $10. He said, a Snickers Blizzard will make your day better.
Hank made it through the fires.
Yep.
And Hank's, the daddy of Hank, the person that conceived Hank is going to make it as well.
I think so. It's going to help me to get back in a pattern where I get up at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that's my time, 5:30.
And walk down to my office and listen to the turkeys.
Yep.
And watch the buzzards come off their roost at daylight and hear the coyotes wrapping up their singing at 6 o'clock in the morning.
About 6 is when they quit. That's when my dogs stop barking at home.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where the Hank stories come from, and I think it's important that I maintain contact with that.
The country's changed. You're going to build back, but there's going to be the reminders, you know, of March 6th for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, well, in some ways this country's going to be a lot better. It's going to change the vegetation. I think it's going to help our native grass. That's the way you have to look at it. You can't spend the rest of your life looking at the skeletons.
It'll come back.
Yep.
Thank you, John Erickson.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for Hank the Cow Dog and your faith. Thank you for giving us this day.